Voice is great for on-the-go communication because the way we tend to navigate the physical world is with our hands and our eyes. But when we're busy trying to drive or walk down the street, carry things, voice is powerful because we can actually do that at the same time. We can talk and walk at the same time. We can listen to what other people are saying. Voice is awesome because often I will wake up in the morning and press the button and be catching up on what I missed throughout the day while I'm brushing my teeth or getting ready. It allows us to really be present in the physical world, move around while still interacting and communicating with others. That's one of the reasons we love podcasts, right? We can sit there and listen to information coming at us in a whole conversation while still cooking dinner or doing something else like or being active. And quite often, some of our best ideas happen when we're being active. And so voice is great for being able to be out there in the world, walking around on a run, and then pause and capture your ideas. So voice is really powerful because it's really the true way that we can be in the mobile computing. I always say that what we really created when we talk about mobile computing is desktop computing portable. We really took all of the paradigms that exist in a desktop computing environment when we're sitting there focused in front of our computer, and we just sort of put them into a smaller form factor and said, take this out into the world. But the reality is that if we're going to be out in that world, being physical and moving around, we need an interface that is really more tuned to the physical realities of that world. And that's where voice really fits in. It allows us to really be focused and engaged while at the same time still be able to interact. And so one part of interaction is obviously conversations, but I think we're also seeing that voice will be playing a huge role in terms of how we interact with the machines that we interact with, both the early stages of that with things like Siri and Alexa, where I can just ask questions, to what we're now seeing with LLMs and voice modes, where I can really talk to rich conversational AI agents that will be either gathering a little bit of information, but getting into that world where they're true agents and they're able to act on our behalf, just the same way we might be talking with a person. So voice becomes super interesting in this idea that it is going to allow us to be untethered from our desk while still be out in the world getting things done. And for many people, that is a new way of working. For a lot of people, it's also the way they work every day. They are, let's say, a construction GC or architect, where they both spend time out on the site but also coming back to the office and trying to straddle those two worlds. Or let's say you're a restaurant owner that owns multiple restaurants. You're involved but can't be at any one of them. You might be going and visiting one at a time, but you also want to be able to still communicate with the leadership that's sitting there in those locations. Or maybe you're a outside salesperson or outside manager of a sales team that's out in the field. Those conversations that you're having across your team are challenging, are kind of nuance of how you move a sales engine, but means that you're out on the go constantly and you don't have time to go back and write long, lengthy emails to communicate your findings. And more importantly, the email's not a great format for it. You want to be able to capture the idea and the nuance of what you're trying to say, the play-by-play of what happened with a customer. And that's really where voice becomes super powerful, is we can be out in the world, moving around, driving, being in airports, seeing customers, visiting customers, while still able to communicate and get things going and get things done. So that's the exciting world that we have coming for voice.